Hi, welcome to Chapter 2, Section 5. Today we are solving equations with integers. So, it's just like solving equations like we did last chapter, but now your answer could be negative. You could end up with dealing with some negative numbers when you add or subtract from either side. So, you're going to have to pay a little bit more attention and be really careful with the signs when you put them down. Pay attention to them as you're working out the problem. So remember, when you're solving an equation, you want to get your variable by itself. So remember, if there's a number connected to your variable, you have to do the opposite to get rid of that variable. So your answer should look like variable equals number. It should just be that, and then you're done. But remember, now the answer can be negative, so now you've just got to watch, okay? So let's try some of these. X minus 7 equals negative 4. So I've got a minus 7 connected to my variable, so I'm going to add 7 to both sides. And that's going to get rid of this, and I'm going to bring down my x and bring down my equal sign. And now I have a negative 4 plus 7. Signs are different, so you subtract, and the biggest one wins. So x equals positive 3. 6 plus y equals 2. So I have a 6 added to my variable. I'm going to get rid of it by subtracting 6 from both sides. I'm going to do the opposite. So that gets rid of my 6, and now I bring down my y equals, and I have 2 minus 6. 2 minus 6, these signs are different, so I subtract, and the biggest one wins. So my y equals negative 4. 3x minus 42. I have a 3 multiplied to my x. The way I'm going to get rid of it is I'm going to divide each side by 3. And these two are going to cross cancel. So now I have x equals negative 42 divided by 3. Well, hang on, let's do some math really quick. 42 divided by 3 is 12. Negative 42 divided by 3 is negative 12. X equals negative 12. And then I have a negative 5 divided from my a. So to get rid of that, I'm going to multiply each side by negative 5. I want to multiply by the negative so that I get rid of both the 5 and the negative sign. But that means I have to multiply this side by negative 5. So now here I have a equals, and negative 3 times negative 5 equals positive 15. The signs are different. Nope, the signs are the same, so the answer is going to be positive. You have two negatives. You don't get to have a third. Negatives have to come evenly. So, are you good with that? I just did an addition, a subtraction, a division, and a multiplication. So this should be how to do all of the problems that you're faced with. If you come up with one that you can't figure out, come back to this page so we can check it out again. Your turn. I've got 4 problems here for you that I want you to try now based on what we just did. So push pause, write these down, and come back when you're finished. Okay? Okay. There is a 7 added to my m. I'm going to subtract my 7 from both sides to get rid of this. Now I have a negative 11 and a negative 7. The signs are the same. I'm going to add. And the biggest one wins. M equals negative 18. I have a 27 subtracted from my b. I'm going to add 27 to both. Notice, even though it's positive, I put the sign there so that I remember, so I can see this, and it's really obvious that the signs are different. When the signs are different, I subtract. That leaves me with a 12, and the biggest one wins. Number 3, I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides because there's a 2 added to my x. These are the same sign, so I'm going to add, and the biggest one wins. I have a 6 divided from my n, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 6 to get rid of those. So now n equals negative 5 times 6 is negative 30. I have a negative 5 multiplied to my x, so I'm going to divide each one by negative 5 so I can get rid of the negative sign and the 5. So now x equals, and 125 divided by 5 is 25. The signs are, there's two negative signs, so my answer has to be positive. There's a 4 multiplied to my n. I'm going to divide each side by 4 to get rid of this, and n equals 52 divided by 4. Nope, it goes in one time. That's the 4. 13. Negative divided by positive. I need another negative to balance that out. How'd you do? Is it all making sense? Are your negatives making sense? Because just missing a negative sign still means you miss the entire problem. You get it wrong. That's the difference between me owing you $5 and you owing me $5. That's a big deal. All right, what does this look like in a word problem? Joe's Shoes, a company, made a profit of $800 million this year. This is $200 million more than last year's profit. What was last year's profit? I need you to write and solve the equation. So let's look at our numbers and our words and translate our words into math. So we're going to start with 800 million means equals 200 million more, 200 million more than last year's profit. What's last year's profit? I don't know. Let's say P for profit. There's our equation. We have translated our words into math. Now, I've got 200 added to my variable. I'm going to subtract 200 from both sides. That's going to go away, and our profit last year was $600 million. There we go. All right. So, here are your 4 math problems plus your word problem. Give them a shot, copy them down, and as always, I need hazard signs around the stuff you don't know very well, and write down any questions you have and put a star by the stuff you know, and I will see you next time. Good luck.